Chocks and Chocolates, and in between, Roberto here for another video review. This time the Borders, or Border, beautifully crafted biscuits, milk chocolate ginger, fabulously fiery biscuit bars, yes. Yeah, so basically, well, unusual to have, well, let's say unusual. Yeah, relatively unusual, I think you'd say. To have the sort of milk chocolate version here of their famous ginger biscuits. Yeah, because let's say just review the dark chocolate equivalent. So which was, normally, but basically based on their sort of dark chocolate ginger biscuits. But I don't know if they do a milk chocolate ginger biscuit, but they nonetheless do a milk chocolate ginger biscuit bar. So, yeah, very interesting these ones. 113 calories per bar. I think that's the same as the dark chocolate ones, actually. Yes, it is. So yeah, very interested in these ones because I say normally it's dark chocolate that they have on the ginger biscuits. And the ginger biscuits are fantastic, actually. They're dark chocolate ginger. Really like them. I don't know if I've reviewed the milk chocolate versions. Not sure, I'll have to check. Maybe I have. But yeah, I didn't think they did do them. Maybe they did not review them, so apologies if that's the case. Yeah, very interesting these ones. I think for me, I'm just a bit, as I say, just don't know. I just had the dark chocolate ones, and long story short is the dark chocolate ones were nice, but they seem to be quite as refined as the regular biscuit equivalent. So yeah, so I'd like to see what these ones like. Maybe these will work a bit better being milk chocolate, but who knows? Yes, there we go. Nice wrapper, to be honest with you. Bit of flourishes down. Didn't remark on the flourishes on the dark chocolate version. So yeah, there's definitely a bit of flourishes going on here. Love to hear from you. Get in touch. Our biscuiteers, I like that. Like a chocolatier. They're saying here that yeah, we are happy to declare that the palm oil contained within the ingredients we use is certified sustainable. Well, I know it's super vegetarians. I always check what sustainable really means. Because it could mean the offset it, or it could mean they basically just buy an equivalent amount of non-palm oil or whatever, and who knows do what with it. Or it could mean a lot of other things. Yeah, so it, basically could mean that they offset it or do other things to basically make it sound like it's sustainable, and perhaps it isn't really as sustainable as you might think. There's still, there's a bit of, I don't know. I'm not overly convinced by the different definitions of what's sustainable based. There's a few of them really, and I'm not convinced by them at all. And I would definitely look into it further. I really would. Yeah, so it's an interesting one. There we go. So we've got a nice little blurb here. Biscuits, one of life's great pleasures and our greatest passion. Exceptional biscuits deserve to fit into every aspect of your day. That's why we've crafted our biscuit bars to ensure you can continue to enjoy our famous recipe even when you're on the go. The best ingredients, the good old-fashioned mixing methods, and each one baked under the watchful gaze of our biscuiteers, then individually wrapped. We won't judge though if you succumb to their tasty deliciousness and eat more than one at a time. John Carrigan, owner and founder. Yeah, don't think he's related to Luke Carrigan. I think I mentioned it in the dark chocolate one. Who frequents the channel. Yes, milk chocolate 45%. It does have palm oil in it. There. Ginger 1.3%. So what's the dark chocolate one's got? So you can see, plain chocolate 46%, ground ginger 1.4%. This one's got 45%, 1.3. So a bit, was it 1.4 on this one? Yeah, 1.4. So a bit, not as much chocolate and not as much ginger in the milk chocolate ones, or at least percentage-wise, which is interesting. Calories per 100 grams, 471. 23 grams of fat, 12.4 which is saturates. So 471, yeah. So chocolate bars tends up between 500 and 550, so it's a lot less than that, but it is a biscuit. And the calories per 100 grams, this one 470, so pretty much the same. Per bar 113 calories, 5.5 grams of fat, 3 of which are saturates. So 113, the same as one. 5.7, 3.3 of which are saturates. Yeah, so slightly more fat, dark chocolate ones. And what does it say? Baked in the UK. A nice little kitchen implements there, or tools. Bowl, flour, some ginger, whisk, and rolling pin. Okay, don't think you use a rolling pin. I don't think a person will be using a rolling pin anyway making these. Your machine for sure. Right, 6 times 24 gram bars, and that does add up to 144, yeah, so 6 times 4, 6, 12, 18, 24, 6 times 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, yeah, and add the 24 onto it. Okay, right, well, I think we need to give these an open then, so yeah, let's do it. Very excited for these ones, let's give them an open. Okay, we'll get these Borders milk chocolate ginger fabulously fiery biscuit bars and open. Yeah, so 6 in the pack. Yeah, very interesting as well. So there's a bit of a flourish going on here, you can see. Inside there. So yeah, I'll give these an open then. The time code is about 880 reviews, believe it or not. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. In the top right corner, I've got a link to a place of all my other reviews, as well as some other related playlists, such as Biscuit ones, maybe some Borders playlists, you know, things like this. So yeah, after you watch this one, go check those out and hopefully enjoy those as well. Okay, so you can see here for the start, you know, the impact of the flourishes here. So you can see there is sort of space here at the side. Put them back straight. You know, so you can see there's a bit of space here and a bit of space there at the side there. So, you know, it could almost equate to another biscuit almost. I mean, you kind of try and lay them out. It's not really perfect this, but you might be able to see roughly what I'm talking about. So, yeah, let's just move it down a bit. Get more room on the plate, I think. So roughly. I mean, it's not quite flat surface, you know, but then that would be, you know, if it were flat with it, yeah. Right, yeah, so you can see, you know, there's a bit of room there for another, almost another biscuit there, I think you'd say. Yeah, I mean, it's not a flat surface, so there is a chance that they're not going out as far as they otherwise would. But I think you get the point that you see there's a bit of space here, and you could almost fit another biscuit in, almost. If not, you could. Yeah, so, you know, obviously if they produce millions of these packets, this space here is going to add up to a lot of saving for them, where they could have, you know, fit in more biscuit bars. But there we go. But I mean, you know, fair enough. I mean, I guess it's not too bad. I've seen worse than this, and it does generally sort of give them room for this opening. But I think clearly it's there to make it look bigger than it is. You know, but it does look quite big all the same. Maybe you could argue it's just for packaging purposes to make it look nice, but I don't know. I feel like, yeah, don't know. I feel like it does look a lot bigger than it really needs to. Take away this sort of orangey bit at the side, if we can. To an extent, yeah. Don't know. Well, for you to decide, I guess. But there we are. All right, let's move these out of the way. There we go. Yes, so you got a nice looking bar as well. I think it replicates the front pretty well. I quite like that. Nice condensed version of it. Yeah, that's pretty nice. So you've got flourish on the actual bars themselves as well, but obviously are scrunched up in this case. There's nothing too much going on, just the best before on the back, and just a brief description there. Milk chocolate ginger bar. Information. Well, there's some other stuff under here. Suit vegetarians. More of the calories. That's to be sold separately. Water biscuits. Right, let's see. So I'll say quite excited for this one. Quite excited. There we go. So probably actually expect. Yeah, I like the dark chocolate one. Feels a bit oily. Must be the ginger coming through in some way or another. Let's give it a bit of a measure. I imagine it'll be very similar to the dark chocolate equivalent. 8.7. I think it was 888 at one point on the the dark chocolate equivalent. But there's a little nubbin sticking out on that bottom bit there. So if I measure it there, it does add a. See it there on the bottom. It does add another millimetre or so. But I'm not sure if that's a real fair place to measure it. But we'll say 8.8, 8.9. That does tie it in with the dark chocolate equivalent. About 3.8 in width. Height. 3.8 centimetres that is. About 9 millimetres. Okay, let's give it a snap. So it's starting to melt a bit in my hands. There you go. So the ginger again, like the dark chocolate one, which isn't surprising. I imagine it's the same sensor. It's not nowhere near that sort of orangey red sensor that it is on the packet. Yeah, nowhere near. A bit of false advertising, I think you'd say. Yeah. Alright, but quite thick milk chocolate. Not too bad. We can see it's clearly mainly about the biscuit, but there's a bit of chocolate seeped in there to a gap, I think. Smells quite nice. Not a massively strong ginger smell, but there's one all the same. You have to get quite close to smell it. You'd imagine it would like go out quite a lot from opening it, but I couldn't really smell it when I opened the bar. So it's quite localized. But yeah, I think we need to give these a taste. So let's do it. Let's give them a taste. Very excited for these. Okay, I'll give these Borders Milk Chocolate Ginger Fabulous Fiery biscuit bars. Yeah, a taste. Our famous recipe. Yeah, so I've already reviewed the dark chocolate equivalents. Might give these a bit of a comparison. These are the dark chocolate ones. Milk chocolate ones here, of course. Yeah, so yeah, it's interesting. It's milk chocolate. Normally it's dark chocolate, usually with ginger biscuits like this. So yeah, so we'll see what the milk chocolate adds to it or not. So let's give it a taste. Let's do it. Interesting. Interesting. I think in the dark chocolate ones, the dark chocolate was a bit absent really. It was there, but it wasn't a very strong taste. It wasn't like the biscuits. It tasted a bit subdued, and it was more like the biscuit. This one I can taste the milk chocolate. I mean, I could taste the dark chocolate, but it just wasn't quite as present as I thought it would be. This, I think the milk chocolate's probably a bit more so, but I don't think it works as well as the dark chocolate for sure. Even as I say, because in the biscuit bars they don't taste quite the same as the biscuits themselves. They're just not quite as, I don't know. I feel like they're not quite as refined. That the chocolate and the biscuit don't go as well together, and they're not quite as they don't seem to be the same either. Let's give a bit of a dunk in a hot drink. This usually always tastes better when dunked. That's the chocolate nice and softens the biscuit. Not bad these. I think the milk chocolate's okay, but it definitely doesn't work as well as the dark chocolate. Even the dark chocolate biscuit was kind of quite subdued. I thought it allowed the ginger taste to come out a lot better, and I think the milk chocolate just sort of tames the ginger a bit too much. It's quite nice, but it sort of I say seems, because it's quite creamy, it seems to sort of make it less gingery really. So I think dark chocolate definitely suits it better. I mean, obviously some people might find the ginger a bit too strong, so maybe the milk chocolate one would kind of suit them better, you know. So yeah, so if we sort of compare them side by side, and I'll open a dark chocolate one, and then a milk chocolate one. The dark chocolate's not quite as strong as it should be, I don't think, in these. But you can see the difference here. Yeah. So the dark chocolate doesn't look that dark though, does it? You know what I mean? It's not a massively dark chocolate. Sure, it's darker in the actual biscuits themselves. And say that they've got like an oily texture to them as well, which is a bit, you know. Yeah, now you could eat them like this, of course, which would be quite nice. Yeah, see. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like they're both a bit disappointing. I mean, the dark chocolate one's definitely the way forward. But you can't really taste the dark chocolate that well. And, you know, it's just, you just can't. I'm sure you can better in the biscuits themselves. As the milk chocolate one, you can taste it better, but I don't think it really works as well as the ginger, you know. So, interesting. Very interesting. Not sure what to make of them. Ginger's really nice. It's a nice sort of hot ginger taste. You know, it's not. It is quite spicy, quite heaty. You know, quite fiery, heaty. But I don't know. I just feel like the biscuit bars themselves are not quite as good as the regular biscuit. I don't know why that is. And you know, I feel like the biscuits are just perhaps the size is a bit better, the shape, and I feel the chocolate works a bit better with them. I feel the milk chocolate's nice, but it's a bit, as I say, it just doesn't seem to quite work as well with the ginger, I think, for me. So why it's a bit more prominent in the dark chocolate taste. And as I say, because the dark chocolate you almost can't really taste it, but so I think it's probably because it just works a bit better with the ginger taste. But the milk chocolate kind of just feels a bit like it's not quite as suited to it really. But as I say, you know, there are people who just are not too keen on dark chocolate, but in this case I don't think you can really taste the dark chocolate. I think the dark chocolate just works well with the ginger, and I think you get a really nice taste with it, whereas the milk chocolate I'm just not sure that it does. But nonetheless you can taste it. And I think the biscuit's really nice as well. I like the dark chocolate one. It's the same biscuit really. It's that sort of nice, crunchy, sort of airy biscuit centre. It comes across a lot like sort of Malteser biscuit bar or a Rocky bar. Really. I think maybe because it's just a bit thicker than the regular biscuits for the most part. I think the regular biscuits are quite thick in the middle, but sort of thins out towards the edges. Still quite thick, but these are sort of a bit thicker generally. No, it's okay. I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like they're not as good as the regular biscuits, and I think it's a nice to actually have the sort of milk chocolate equivalent. I'm not sure if it's quite as good as a dark chocolate one really. I just don't think it quite works as well with the ginger, but it's not much. It's not far behind, to be honest with you. It's interesting, and I just feel like you can taste the chocolate a bit too much with the milk chocolate one, whereas the dark chocolate one, maybe you can't taste it enough. So it's a bit of a strange one, that, but I feel like the not tasting it enough kind of means it works a bit better with the ginger. So yeah, I think I prefer the dark chocolate one. I mean the milk chocolate one's still a 3.5 out of 5. I think they're both about the same, but I think the milk chocolate one's pretty much dead on 3.5 out of 5, whereas the dark chocolate one's perhaps a bit more towards 4. And Pops on another day could be a 4 out of 5. But I think the dark chocolate biscuits, I don't think I've had a milk chocolate ginger, as I say, from Borders, but I feel if I did, I think it'd be like the dark chocolate biscuits and just be better than its biscuit counterpart. I think it's just because of the size, and I just feel like they're just proportioned better and just seem to taste nicer. So it's a strange one, but yeah. But nonetheless, still nice. Just not as good as the biscuit equivalents, I think. And yeah, I don't know. And they've got a bit oily as well. I don't remember the biscuits being quite this oily either. Maybe they are, but don't know. Odd one. Maybe it just works a bit better. Maybe just everything just works a bit better in the actual biscuit form rather than the biscuit bar form. So yeah, there we go. And I guess these are designed to be eaten so while you're holding it in the wrapper as well, so you probably wouldn't notice it. But I don't remember the biscuit being oily. But yeah, but these ones probably would normally be holding it inside the wrapper, but I've taken it out, of course, so you wouldn't notice it. But yeah, anyway, still something to note. But yes, 3.5 out of 5, but not as good as the dark chocolate one. Even if you're not a dark chocolate fan, you can't really taste the dark chocolate enough. For it to really put you off the dark chocolate version. It's just a better one, and I can't really see anyone really, even people who don't like dark chocolate, I don't think they would prefer the milk chocolate one, because I think the dark chocolate one, you can't really taste the dark chocolate because it's quite closely linked to the ginger. I wish you could taste a bit more, but I think it just works better being that way. So yeah, so I think even non-dark chocolate fans, I think, would still prefer the dark chocolate version. So yeah, 3.5 out of 5, not as good as the dark chocolate one, which is still 3.5 out of 5, but slightly more towards a 4, whereas this one isn't. Okay guys, so enjoyed that review. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, check out the YouTube member program. It's a great way to support the channel, really is. Link for that's in the description, and you get some perks depending on what tier you pick. Check out the Discord server as well, link for that's also in the description, and it's a great way to keep in touch with myself and the community. Leave comments for free, always great to hear from you, and always do my best to reply. Have a great day as well, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching guys, take care, bye for now. See ya.